Just waiting for people to come in. Boom. There's me, son. And now you just sit and you wait. Could you move your laptop out the way, baby? Oh, it's nice of it. We have nobody. We have no fish yet. Sorry for calling people fish. We have one. Hi. I'm just waiting for Joel. Hi, eyes wide open. Hi, Margaret. Margaret's inside. Oh, I don't. Let's go. Go down. Go down. Go away. Oh, I'm trying to get this panel to go down and it won't go down. Jeez. Anyway. No particular topic. I was just going to have a discussion with. I'm waiting for Joel to come on. Who's going to talk about a few things. I just thought I'd fill the time in before Bruce comes on. Oh, here we go. Here he is. I don't know what I've just done, but he was there. Not sure what happened there. Joel, I don't know what I did there, but sorry. I thought I was bringing you on. There he is. Should we try that again? Boom. Joel inside the place. You alright, mate?
Yeah, I don't know if I cut it out or what. Then
You reckon that was your end?
maybe yeah. I'm fumbling about the glasses like that. Maybe
Uh,
anyway. I was doing it, you know. I was doing. I'm just trying to work it out to get chats on and things and that.
so who we got?
Um, um,
I think it's just Margaret, and I think Eyes Wide Open still here. I'm not sure.
I think
Say
our lass will be watching and that. Why is everything going wrong? I tell you, internet's been terrible today. Yeah. Absolutely terrible.
the
So
Kettons.
I was up
Kettons.
watching F1 on that early hours because it's Australian Grand Prix and like
Yeah,
still the doctors like "Rah, rah," so like just move internet box what we've got as broadband thing and that and it like walk up and goes how many bars and that it gone like 5 bars, 4 bars. They're working beautiful and then this morning it's like been 1, 2 bars and it's just not really been really good all day really like but you know. I think we've had a big solar flare or something. Or we've got one hitting us, haven't we? Something like that. That's what
trying
I've
to
heard. Anyway.
trying to get that.
What is it? M-class solar flare or something like that.
That's better.
Right. Right. What I've done is I've got my tablet on, and
It's Kelly in the background.
now I
Say hello.
can see. I may have to use either my glasses or my grandma's detective spy
I'll do
glasses.
that.
Mm.
Margaret's. I think it was Margaret's idea. Was it Margaret's idea?
Seems to
Uh,
be like a bit delay
Alias
on it
is in
or
the
something.
house, mate. Hello, Alias.
Yeah.
Salut.
Oh yes, yeah. I had Margaret and Delilah. She's here as well. Maybe Bruce might be watching. Yeah, you never know.
Possibly. Be nice,
Right,
wouldn't it?
listen. I asked Bruce in that earlier. I think he mentioned it. Right, it was something.
Yeah.
Can you remember when I was about 77th Brigade?
Yes, yes.
Right, I dropped on something like I always do. Right, as early as 1950s. Yeah, military, army, military, naval, and air force. Right, the British. So this is like late 40s. So they were developing by 50s, definitely 53. They've got this. They're called plays placer pushers. Right, it's an antenna thing.
That's fine, Alias.
It's an
Thanks for
antenna
popping
thing.
in.
You know, like a harp type thing. But these are like positioned all over the globe, and they're like built in a circle with a placer pusher in it. And SAS used to use them, yeah. And they were in early test stages and Navy and that and Air Force. And then Americans jumped on board with it and other uh, Commonwealth countries to the British Empire and into the 70s and things and that. And they were using these UFAs waves and frequencies and CPU, whatever frequencies and that.
Really?
Uh, it was early development to 5G. Right, they were using this development to 5G from 50s and that, and bit 70s have got it in full swing. But they have to have a permission, like position around globe and all over Canada, just about everywhere. There was one position with whatever. And so I thought, oh, so I was looking into 5G thing and that, and I've seen something else. And we in a 25 meter to 75 meter parameter, there's a street lamp. And if you remember right, Pete, I was on about it. When we went on his first lockdown and things like that, they
Yeah.
went round and put new street lamps up, didn't they?
Yeah.
All around UK. Well, these new street lamps, because they haven't switched them on to full potential yet, you know. And they've got surveillance, this track and trace camera in, so they can obviously, if anything happens to anyone, of course, you know, track it, you know, not that they're spying on you, don't like that. But, you know, it's on there on data, isn't it? You might be going out in car a bit too much. Or, you know, maybe walking dog too much. Going in and out, you know, buying too much food or fuel. You know, just keep an eye on you. We'll keep your bank in our best interest. Don't worry. On that own note, you'll be happy. Sort of thing. Maybe it's a link, maybe it's not. But anyway, so I thought, well, this corresponds with this because this works, right?
Really.
It's 5G. This, because I said to you, they've been using it. So I thought, I've got to dig. Can't help it. Get something in my head and that. And just so happens, right? This what they've been using from 50s, so from early 50s, like post-war. Originally, it was designed to, like, you know, because of Cold War and all that. Again, Russia and pantomimes and things, you know, powers to be, empires. Um, this is where 77th Brigade comes in. The five, the street lamps, right? I mean, I don't know. As far as I know, it's happening globally. America, there's something to do with China. It's that Huawei, isn't it? That company. That's what the internet boxes and that. That
Yeah.
Chinese thing, Huawei, right? They supplied all street lamp things and all these cameras because there's a street somewhere around, we call it Baptist Place, is like church and that. There's a big cathedral thing, church thing. That's a lovely building and that architecture is absolutely, I love it. I can't stop and, you know, I have to have a little stare at it and that. And I was like, come on, bloody hurry up, stop looking at that. But back of there and then, it's a shame and that they call it Bapo and that. And it's like we're all ruffians and like bloody gremlins and that. Just like gremlins, mate, who nick your bloody bike or something, you know what I mean? Take wheels off it, car while you're sat in it. It's a bit rough. and
Just a
and we
bit.
know somebody who was down there, they got stuck down there, she's got little kids and that. And she goes, oh, I'm terrified now, they've took all cameras down and that. I went, what do you mean they've took cameras down? She went, they're taking cameras down, took all cameras down. I went, well, what they're going to do? Because like, obviously it's quite a... She went, they've just left lamp posts like that, but they've come to do something and put something on top and that and put new street lamps in. I went, I says to her, I goes, yeah, well, this was that face recognition thing, because where that is, police stations down and all traffic lights, they put them on so they clock your vehicle, everything when you're walking about. And, you know, whether they succeed or what, but it's all part of the master plan, isn't it, to get you on this digital
Yeah.
currency thing or whatever and all that. But yeah, this 5G, that's the 77th Brigade, right? This is where it comes in. They're using that 5G technology basically to, they can listen into everything and that and this, that, other, and they can watch every movement. And it always seems to, like, depending on something maybe I've said or something on internet, or maybe not, I should have, I might have expressed my views a bit too, not to their liking sort of thing. Maybe said too much, but you never know. Uh, but these dudes, I told you that they were watching us from the beginning of the pandemic. It's not no conspiracy. It's been in news about it. They've gone, yeah, yeah. Well, they're still watching us. And we get RAF, like I said to you, Scampton, which is Lincolnshire, which is like a bit more or less nearly opposite from your, isn't it? East Coast opposite from you and that. And that's where Red Arrows are based in, that RAF Scampton. And I'll tell you now, it don't take them long to get from there to here. When they boat them and that. I've heard them do sonic boom and that, it makes bloody windows rattle and that. And that, because just right over there and that, it's not far. I can walk within 5 minutes, I'm on beach. You know what I mean? And the rip down here, you can hear them fall jump. Two of them, there's always two. And it's like as if they've been scrambled and always heading up to Benton where that RAF base apparently goes 200 foot underground. And there's all sorts of tales and that. This is a crazy one and that Paul Sinclair, did you watch him and that, didn't
Yeah.
you? He lives around, he don't live far from him anyway. He's been on it for years and that about it. He's put his life work into it about it. And he's got some good stuff on it and some things.
It was really interesting what you sent me.
Yeah, it's really good in it, and the stuff that's been reported to him and that, and he's gone and investigated it. And apparently, this woman, and I know exactly what she means, and it's called. There's South Landing where the lighthouse is on Flamber Head, and that's South Landing. I mean, we're talking the bloody 400 foot above sea level. These cliffs, big like cliffs of Dover sort of thing. And then next one from that is North Landing, where we go out on kayaks and that and things and stuff like that. And then after that, because you can see them like when you're out, it's mad when it's on kayak and that. It's beautiful. It goes for miles. It's a massive coastline all the way up to Scarborough and Whitby and things like that. And then there's a bay called Thornwick Bay, which is after that. And it's like a caravan park. And after that is Bempton, where bird sanctuaries. There's like a platform and there's like plaque where it tells you species of birds and everything. There's puffins, which are rare. It's nice. It's nice, but I won't be like to be up there early hours of the morning on my own and that. Maybe at dusk and that, but that'll do for me and that. I won't camp out up there and that. Because now we're RAF bases, we shut it down because there were all sorts of crazy things. I'm sure there's some videos about there was this bloody devil worshipping cult that were going down there and they found like all these monk rope things and all these
I've heard about that.
graffiti with crazy devil, freaky, scary stuff.
Fucking
and these skinwalker things and all that. And all of a sudden these RAF dudes would appear from nowhere or something, you know what I mean?
voodoo dolls and stuff like
But
that.
they shut it all down. You can't, if you get one, anyway, it's all fenced off. You can walk down footpath along cliff, but if you go across that fence, there'll be somebody there straight away. You know what I mean? And most likely get arrested or something, you know what I mean? But there's a few people that send drones up over and things like that, but as brave as I am, I won't hang about up there on my own or with anybody else really on a early hours of the morning and that. I definitely want to camp out up there and that. But this, getting back to all about this woman, apparently she was stood on one of the cliffs, and this is what Paul was on about a few weeks back. And she seen this creature-like thing. I mean, it must have been fairly big. And she says it only took it about, I think on cliffs are like between 200 400 foot high. And she says it took it like 12 bounds. She says it was like Spider-Man. It just went boop, 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 as if it were no, and it just shot up like this black area thing, and it had come out of this cave in cliff. And that was a bit freaky, what I thought. And I thought, oh, is these dogmen? Because there's this other thing a bit down the road. There's a place called Dare's Dyke, and it's this wood. And these three or four guys went in and that, and they were ex-army, so they weren't daft, man. And they camped out and they got a fire going and that. And anyway, they'd all got their head down, but one of them, he got like, went to get a tree and he was just like, huddled over and just like nodding and that. He says, and he heard this noise like a twig break. He says, and he like walk up and he look and he seen this big black hand and like fur hanging off it. And his mate is a big lad, like, about 16 stone bodybuilder. And it got him just above ankle on his calf and that. One hand and lifted him up. He says, no, I seen with my mate upside down, about 3 foot off the floor. He says, I froze for a minute. He says, and then all I did was I picked like a log up out fire. I went like that, and as soon as I did that, it dropped him on his head and that, and it disappeared and that. I couldn't see it. So they packed up and went as fast as the shit sent. I would have done, to be honest with you. But this must have been massive. You know what I mean? He's like 16 stone, 6'2" dude, bodybuilder and that. And this thing's got him as if he's like a toddler or something with leg, and lifting him up with one arm. And his head's upside. Imagine he's picked you up upside down. His head's back feet. It's on balls. I'll tell you, some crazy thing. And all this has happened up here. That's what I'm saying. There's
So
like
yeah,
these dog soldiers or dog men or something and that. And I'm convinced, right? I'm telling you, because when we've been around kayaks, this RAF base up here, right? Because I keep getting a warning sometimes for YouTube and that about if I certain things that'll say, do I want to dismiss it or, you know what I mean? So I think, oh, I'll leave it. Basically saying, don't send it in it. And now I think because there's like this Bermuda Triangle thing, isn't there? There's something going off up there. And that's what Paul Sinclair's in. He's called Paul Sinclair, right, everybody? And it's Truth Proof. He's a Yorkshire lad, originally from Cunnersbury, Doncaster. That's where my grandparents were from, but I was further across Doncaster. Quite a big city, and anyway, he lives up here, and he's been at it for years, 50 odd years, something at the moment. He's got bloody all sorts. There's been reports of black cats, lions, you name it, everything, UFOs. It's crazy. That's what I'm gonna do. It's all this has inspired me. I'm gonna go and have a mission on that.
no, there's big
I'm
cats.
gonna go as far as my nerves will hold out. We are absolutely papping me, son. So I don't want disappearing in that because people have disappeared and they haven't found them yet. There's loads of reports. Have a look into all cases and that. These with jets and that. That's a couple of times. A lot of lads that go out on boats from harbour and that, they avoid that certain area because all the compasses go wild and that, and a few boats has gone down. They've just gone down and that. Strange things and that, so they avoid that area. But it goes out apparently from Bempton, where I'm on about, where this base is, in a triangle, like a Bermuda Triangle thing. It goes out about 15, 20 miles. We no more than 40 miles from shore. I'm sure it's about between 15, maybe 30 miles. It's like a triangle thing from coastline. There's all sorts gone down there. There's bloody U-boat wrecks and from Second World War and all sorts. It's sometimes when I've been out kayaking that, I've had like a strange feeling like someone's watching you or something like that. It's had like a nervous, spooky feeling. That's why I've self my kayak. I got stuck with that shark, I tell you, didn't I? That's it, I've done me. Scares me, that. Scares me. I go snorkeling. I found some videos I'll show them and that. Snorkeling about and that. That's what there.
Can you even? Oh, mind you, you can see down there, can't you? Because I know the sea's quite clear down there, right?
It is up from, well, it is. what it is on Bay where I go kite surfing and that. It's
Did you ever see that video where someone's fishing on the pier off the pier in Blackpool? He's fishing. You know how dirty the water is down Blackpool.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
mucky as hell, isn't it?
Well,
Sitting
what?
on, sitting on the pier fishing, and he's just waiting there like that, and all of a sudden this big shark just goes boom out of the water.
Yeah, I've seen that. I tell you what, I did know though. I don't know if it was Chubby. He says if you want a good tan and that, go to Blackpool and 10 minutes into you'll come out brown as all.
Yeah, yeah. Crappiest
Apparently,
water.
I haven't been. A couple of mates have gone because that's what I was winding up with. That they go up Blackpool because that's quite big for kite surfing up there. I've done
Yeah.
Skegness, I've Devon, and that. I like it up here, me man. I've done my travelling. I'll do it
How
if I have
far,
to.
how many miles would you say you are from the District?
Oh, 60, 70 miles, about 60 miles, something like that. Maybe.
Not really that
And
far.
I'd have to be heading northwest,
Yeah,
northwest, like York way, up from there. But it'd
yeah.
be about 40 minutes from here to York. It'd be a couple of hours or so on that. Drive or more and that, 'cause it gets a bit up and down, doesn't it? And that when you get to like hills and that. My mate, he goes and that. He goes up and that with made his own camper vans and that. We just go out kite surfing and all over and that, just camp out and that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing. My back's killing me. I've been lazy over winter and that. I've been trying to get a bit of exercise and prepare fit surf and that because there's some good wind going soon. So I thought I was going to get kite out and get ragged about on sea for a bit, but I need to make sure I can swim, otherwise I'll be drowning.
Get
I need
back
a
on
bit
that
of
right
stamina in it. So I
shit.
like going out, after your Christmas dinner and that, I go,
Yeah.
oh yeah, and then next thing, it's be a
Yeah.
bit rough. It's going to be a bit rough when I go out. ten
No, it
foot
made
waves
sense
at
to
least.
do
The
it.
10 foot waves or something. I'm buzzing, mate.
Bloody hell.
Gonna hit him,
I,
yeah.
I,
Send it. I've got a wild side.
what you were saying about the cameras and all that, I can relate to that because
Mm.
when I first moved into my block, there was a concierge downstairs, and you have like a local neighbourhood office that you can go to deal with your bills and whatnot and housing issues and that.
What
Well,
clowns?
we had we had a
You
concierge
know
in
him
our.
then?
Yeah, we had a concierge in house, which
Sorry.
was like a little neighbourhood office in the bottom of our block, and he said to me after I signed the papers moving, and he says, "We're here to help you." He says, he says if you go over our heads and go to a neighbourhood office, he says we won't help you anymore because why would you do that? Why would you go when we're here to help you, sort of thing? And I'm like, well, I just found that a bit odd. Um, and another thing as
Like they
well,
don't want you to
he
tell
he,
them if they're
he had
not doing no.
he's got this power
You
switch
said they're
station
helping, but
in
they
the
don't,
office.
but you ain't got to tell because you're disrespecting them. You see, because you've got to
Yeah,
show them, right?
yeah.
Because they're a council, you know. Yeah, I'm weird. I understand.
Oh, it gets more
I like this
interesting.
story.
Like he's got like a switchboard inside where he can switch the electric off whenever he wants. He's got control to switch the electric off whenever he wants to any individual flat. And because I used to get a lot of complaints from loud music from my neighbours back in the day,
He's a governor.
he'd switch my power off in my flat,
Did
and
he have a
everything would
ton
go
on it?
black.
Ding, ding, ding. If you don't keep it down, I'm going to turn power off. I'm telling you
Oh,
now,
mate,
mate.
mate,
Over.
I'd be in the lift. I would be in the lift, and he'd switch a button, and there'd be a mic
I was
in
just
the
going to
lift,
say,
and
I
he'd
bet he'd
start
leave you
talking
stuck
to
in
me, and
lift
I'm
and
like,
that. Help, I'm stuck in a lift.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it sounds right,
And
rotten, son.
crazy. And you'd go out. I went out to the back the one time, and there's a camera out the back that watches the bins, and he spoke to me through that as well. And I went, "There's no getting away." Well, guess what? There was a few years later. I think it was around about 2011, 2012.
I wasn't surprised if they had
A letter
cameras
came
in
in.
toilets
A
and
letter
all.
came into every. Well, yeah, wouldn't surprise me. Um, a letter came into everyone in the blocks, and it was saying basically, we're thinking about getting rid of the concierge and bringing just full time security in. And I read all about it, and this is if you vote for the concierge to say this is what you're going to offer, you're going to offer your same like abilities with the concierge, but they're going to
You
help you
can
this
have them, but you can
way.
have same, but not necessarily you might not get them and that sort of
So
thing.
if
But
you
just vote for us anyway, and you can have a sticker
yeah
and a
yeah
lollipop.
yeah yeah that's it.
Uh,
Or have this security because what was going on is the concierge would come in early in the morning and then I'd go in the afternoon and then the security would take over.
it's
But now they're
good.
talking about full
Sounds
time
like some
security.
VIP shit, innit? Yeah, we're gonna
So
get security on you. That make sure you're alright and that don't want you going out too much. No,
they said
the management.
what the security are going to do is they'll walk the perimeter of a night time, and I remember it saying something like every couple of hours they'll walk the perimeter and go up from the top all the way down and check all the communal hallways, all the stairways, and everything to make sure everything's okay. There's no
And make
drug.
sure
People that
everybody's in
shouldn't be
after
in
10 o'clock. If not, you get
there.
beaten and arrested and that.
Well, they did it. They did it for the first like best
Sounds like
part
a
of the first year.
concentration camp or something.
Best part of the first year, they was doing their job. They was doing their job. 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and you could hear the doors banging along, and they'd be going through checking all the doors. I clashed with them a few times, taking some rubbish out late at night, and you'd see them
Well,
checking all
right,
the.
what are you
Well,
doing at? I'm just putting rubbish in. Oh yeah,
but as time went
the road's not
by,
like that. Get
yeah,
in. One of them.
yeah.
Yeah, it
Well,
sounds like a prison or something.
yeah, it's getting like it. Well, after a bit of
I
time,
think these were early
they
test runs
stopped
for these
doing it.
new ones, what they're
They
building and
actually
that.
stopped doing it, and you hardly ever fucking see them come out anymore. You hardly ever see them. All I ever see is them turn up. I'll look out the window by chance sometimes, and they'll turn up. They'll go in the block, and I'll see them go in the block. And now I just think to them, you getting paid to just sit on your arse and do
Yeah, well, they've
everything.
sussed it out, innit? They thought, look, as long as
Yeah.
we make it look like we're busy, we can just sit and toss it off. Hey, whose turn to go down Chippy and that? Oh, it's yours, isn't it? Oh, fuck it, let's get a Burger King or something, innit?
Oh, it's become
Oh,
it
look, have a look on here,
seems
look,
like it's
you, it's
become the
your
right
turn, have
right
a look.
person
Somebody
in the
just,
back where
there's
all
an
the
old lady
maintenance.
putting bin out and that, go and find her for it, tell her off.
Yeah.
Innit?
The next thing, which relates to what you was saying, we had cameras
Control.
downstairs. We had cameras all downstairs watching the downstairs communal hallway right by the lifts, and one at the back, like I said, watching the bins. And one day they removed all the cameras, and
Yeah,
I said, "Why have they removed all the cameras?" And no
because
one
they've
could
got
tell
new
me why
ones.
they removed the cameras. We're
They've got
improving
newer,
your
smaller
block.
ones
We're putting brand new sprinkler systems in your flat, which I found out you didn't need
with
to
cameras in.
possibly. We're having new sprinkler systems, new radiators put in. All right. I've been
What
told
with
by
cameras
somebody
in?
else that the blocks are supposed to be getting knocked down in a few years' time. Anyway, right, spending all this money on sprinklers and heating systems and fire
That'll be
service
in case the
and
nuclear
stuff,
warhead
right?
comes in and
And
that.
now
So
that they want to
sprinklers
make
will put
sure
it
we're
out in it
secure.
because they were on about getting it knocked down. So they made an agreement with Putin to say, well, look, make a thing in that, make it like an accident, drop a nuke on it, and we'll knock that block of flats. They've got some sprinklers anyway because put cameras in them and that. And, we'll get bulldozers in and we'll make a new prison for them and that. Yeah. And we'll get Albanians guarding them and all that kind of thing and that. You know what I mean? And then we'll send out British people to Andy. I like that. Good old Ricky. Hey, Mr. Tuna.
So they do all that and they take the cameras out, and no one can tell me why they've done that.
It's
It's
just a
just
dream
mad.
I had that, so.
It's just mad. And now we've got the young guns in the
No,
area now,
it's not.
yanking the
Well, it
doors,
is mad, and it
breaking the
ain't mad,
doors,
mate. You know what I
breaking this,
mean? It's
breaking
like
that, doing damage to
I
the
won't put
floor.
it past them. They're up to something. I'm telling you now, they're up to something.
Yeah.
No, they
But
are.
you started telling me about the taking your cameras out and all that, and back then, a few years ago, so yeah, that relates to what I was. That I can resonate with
Yeah,
that.
it's this recognition thing and that. So, like, when you're walking out there in traffic lights, everything. So, they've got you in car, on foot, when you go to supermarkets and, you know, these self-service things and that. And then they can see your eyes and that. And,
Do you want to know what another little creepy thing is as well? Where my mum lives, there's a Mormon church across the road,
mm,
right? Right outside my girlfriend's mum's house, miles and miles in the other direction. What area does your mum live in? She lives in Redditch. What
what
side of
was it,
Redditch?
about 10 miles or something?
So my mum lives in Shamswood Wood,
What
Birmingham.
we say,
Yeah,
it'd be about 10 mile away from
and
each other.
her mum's like about in what direction? East Redditch.
It'd be going like southeast, would it?
South Redditch.
Yeah,
So yeah, about a 20-minute journey from here, ain't it? Something like that.
20 minutes or
You sure?
about 10, 15
Is it?
mile then or something,
Ah,
wouldn't it?
oh, about 5-10 minute journey. Then I thought it was. No. It probably is more like it to my mum's, isn't it? About half an hour.
It's
So,
about an hour
so
and a half to
yeah.
my dad's
So,
and that,
so
and
anyway,
an
yeah,
hour
my
on
mum's
theirs.
got a Mormon church outside her house. Her mum lives all the way up here in Redditch, and in the same position, she's also got a Mormon church outside her house at the same angle. Not
Yeah.
only that, the both Mormon churches are identical to each other in how they look. Identical. It's
Like as if there's like
crazy.
twin tower things or something.
Yeah. It's mad.
That sounds bad, that.
And when you go round the back of Kelly's house, there's like a little bit of a cul-de-sac, a little bit of a grove, isn't there? Goes round the back,
I
and
can
the
imagine it like going out into sticks a bit, sort of thing, with like a little village here and there, sort of thing, and a church and that.
it sort of
Bit
does.
similar to like what gets round our way over Donny and things like that.
There's lampposts there though, right outside the back. And
Yeah.
I was waiting in the car because was it Mother's Day? It was Mother's Day because she was dropping off her mother's present while she weren't there, and so she left me in the car, and it was just starting to get dark, and I could not believe I heard this noise just go clunk, and I went, "What the bloody hell was that noise?" It was the bloody lamppost coming on. Have you ever heard anything like it? Just so the light can come
Like
on.
switching on and that,
It
making
just
a
went.
clunk.
It just went clunk like some floodlight on a bloody prison yard. I was like, "What the
Freeze!
bloody hell was that?"
Put the flowers down. It's Mother's Day. Freeze!
It was one
Freeze,
of
what are
them
you doing?
LED ones, one of the new ones, of course.
I think it's ridiculous what they're trying to do to everybody. I feel for everybody in Canada, America, UK, everywhere. Bloody everything in it. It's just
I've yet to see them UV like blue neon whatever they are lights that you apparently can see the juice in the arm or something like so your veins or something. That's what I've been told.
oh
Anyway,
yeah. You mean
yeah,
black UV thing?
yeah.
UVA in it, something
And they're
like that.
finding all these like nano. They're finding all like these silver worms that are congealing up in the veins and
Yeah,
that stuff.
nematodes
Yeah.
or nematodes and that, and amoebas, Nigeria, Fluella, and that. I've got pages on it in here, and that. I'll reel someday. Listen, I've told you now, microscope, you'll die. I'll show you what's under there and that.
Got about half an hour, Joel, until our
There's some things on here, under the microscope, what I found it water and that. And they've got more moves than Michael Jackson, mate. You know what I mean? Doing the worm and all some funky things and that. I have to do it. I wanted to do a video on it. There's that many, you know what I mean? You needed it.
Super Cyber
The
Daphne
words for them and that, like Asphodelica or something like that.
floating
It's
around as a
crazy
sort of
and that. Crazy. Nigella Coelhos and that, they're brain eating amoebas and that from them. There's polio in water, meningitis, COVID, bloody plague, everything, you know what I mean? I mean, plague is like, I've studied into that, and when you look at symptoms on the plague, from rats carry 36 different diseases, mate. And there's 12 diseases that I've looked into that correspond with COVID and that. They've been it's
Yeah, that's
all
why I
come
try
out,
to
isn't
stay
it?
away
It's
from
all
rats.
come out. I told you the other day, didn't I? They've been thinking about it in a lab in London and that. Oh, lab leak and that. Playing God. It's all real. It's all real. Yeah, rats and that. Because when I was in army and that, they were stressed about it. They'll be having chewing gum and you get your head down and that, or brush teeth and things like that. Make sure keep your mouth covered up and that, because when you're asleep and dug in and that, rats will come along and that and smell, they build your lip. You got babies and that, and you're going to be in a mess, you know what I mean? Die
Yeah.
from it. Serious and that. Swines and that. I've had them running, been laid in edge bottoms and that, striped out. I've had them running up and down my fucking legs and my back and all sorts, and I've been able to move and that, otherwise I get fucking shot, you know what I mean? There for
Mad cow disease as well. Remember
fessing
that?
up down, looking back, and it's like, it's like, I just want to wring its neck, you know what I mean? It's across, running the canoe about and that, and things.
So done the cows.
But yeah, it's in the water. Water don't taste
Did
like
we have
what
a
it over.
disease that affected lambs?
Lamb, what the
We've
street
we've
lamb?
had, we've had mad cow disease. We've got bird flu. We've got swine flu. Have we had some sort of lamb flu? Some
Zombie
sort of
flu.
goat flu? You know what I mean?
Zombie flu.
So, what I'm gonna do next? I'll do rabbit flu next. We'll do rabbit flu. Yeah, we've got a
Those
couple
ones,
of
yeah, that. There's rhino flu as
get
well. You
hairs
know
in
about
there as
that?
well. Yes,
Do you
sir.
know why? Do you know why monkeypox is called monkeypox? You say no, it's because of people doing real things with monkeys or some crap like that. It's not. It's not to do with that. It's not even monkeys. It's apes. And what they did is when they were testing a certain virus, protein spike, they tested it on apes, chimpanzees. Monkeys have a tail. An ape doesn't. If it's got a tail, it's a monkey. If it ain't got a tail, it's an ape. Yeah, they're not monkeys. They're apes. Monkeys have tails. One at front and one at back. But that's if it's a male. But anyway, because they were testing them on apes, which they get mistakes, so they call them a monkey. Well, maybe them that's doing it's a monkey more than the ape is a monkey, if you know what I mean. But because they tested it on that trial, they called it monkeypox. And what monkeypox is actually, it's not chicken pox, is a totally different thing, but it's smallpox. That's what it is. It's smallpox. The plague. I've got it all in here. You can look it up on the internet. It's plague. And rats. And sewers. Shite and piss and that. Going into drinking water. That's where they found polio in Thames, isn't they? A bit back. which I've found under my microscope, and it goes on and on and on. But yeah, there's meningitis. That's one that's linked with what we call strep A, which we're worried about, which is called streptococcus, which is a meningitis, or known as a normal fungi, which is Cnidus cinereus or Cnidus or thrush. It's a bacterial fungi that grows in your mouth through yeasting and blah blah blah. Stuff like that. It's in your water. It's in the water. But yeah. I'm ready for a coffee, mate. Do you mind if I go make a coffee, or do you want to get off? I can't hear you, mate. I'll have to put you. I can't hear you, Pete. I'll have to put my glasses on, mate. Hello, 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 hello there. Hi. Can't hear you. You must have muted it or saying that. You've got a mute thing. Hello. Elementary, my dear Watson. Elementary.
Did it, have I?
Yeah, you're back.
Am I back, am I?
Elementary, my dear Watson. Elementary. Yeah.
Yeah, you look like
Games master.
You look like some hippie or something.
I want to be an hippie and I want to get stoned like Jesus.
Oh
I
man.
might look like an hippie, but I don't know. I think I'm on borderline and insanity and
You're gonna cut your hair, Joel. You're gonna cut your hair. Go back to the
no,
old.
never. I just like Fallout instead. I've seen an elephant in a bubblegum tree, and all I knew that I had an hole in my shoe and it were letting in water.
I was gonna say something. I can't remember what it was. I was gonna say now. Yeah, you remember when the pandemic was getting rolled out, and now they're going on about, oh, you gotta stay in, and you got sent home from work, which was great because it was like 3 month holiday off work and you're still getting
Yeah, but
paid percent of
I
your.
said,
It's like, yeah, if you want to send me home and give me 80% of my money, that's
yeah, but we've got to
fine
pay
with
it
that.
back. I said that from the
Yeah.
beginning. I said, oh, this is all well and dandy. I says, but they're going to tax us out off that road.
There was a point. There was a point, Joel, where after a few weeks, I was in my flat. You know, when they're there on the Thursdays,
You think they're
banging
going to get it
pans
out
and
for
that.
free?
Bang, 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 NHS and all this malarkey, banging the pans and that. Right?
Not
I
the
was like,
NHS. Hide me.
right. So, um, I suddenly I felt so alone because I suddenly realised I can't believe how many people are like not clued up around me in the world. Because I always saw myself as one of these in-betweener kind of people that was like just getting along in life, and
Like me, like an
I
hippie.
didn't know too much sort of
Like a
thing. And
loner.
then I'm starting to realise that I'm more open-minded and realising I can see through most of the crap that they're fucking flying on us than the average person around me.
Yeah.
I felt in that moment, Joel, looking out the window while the
Eyes
banging on
open.
the
Be
doorstep.
safe, innit?
I was
Who's
like,
that?
I felt so alone. I felt so alone, and I was like, how do I tell them? How do I bloody tell these people? Then they need to realise what's going on. Stop banging your
How
pots
we
and
tell them is how it is I think we're all like one by one and bit by bit, we're like connecting and we're like building a zone army, if you know what I mean, if you want to call it that, a community thing where we can talk among each other and maybe get these messages out to other people that are thinking maybe it's same, well, dare I say out, or you know what, maybe wanting to talk and that, just get to say what you're saying, it, you know what I mean? So I know there's other people like us that are seeing, well, I can see things and that. I might look daft, but I'm not that daft, you know what I mean? It's just a disguise. It's just a
That's good.
disguise.
Yeah. Remember that film with Dustin Hoffman in it and that other guy, something Junior, and
Uh,
Outbreak with the Percussion. I'll start again. Help me, boy. Capuchin monkey. Capuchin?
Capucci monkey.
Capuchin monkey that's supposed to go a disease. You know how that film rolled out? That is exactly how, if COVID was real, how everything should have rolled out. That's how COVID should have literally got dealt with, but it
This what
didn't.
been this
You
this
didn't see
go.
you didn't see people running around in suits, making sure places are okay. You know what I mean? You didn't see like, well, to be fair, I did see the odd
You
military
seen Matt
aircraft every now
Hancock
and then,
on Jungle,
but
didn't you?
that was all full on that there is a legit disease, and that was just a
Uh,
film, which is disgusting, man. And then
you
they're
seen
trying
Matt
to
Hancock
oh,
on Jungle, though, didn't you?
oh,
Didn't get his head bit off by a crocodile. I wonder if he counted its teeth.
yeah.
'Cause nobody knows how many teeth a crocodile's got. I might have to ask him that before he, I don't know, before they behead him or something like that.
Have you seen
Maybe
how
that's
fast
just
them
wishful
things are?
thinking.
Though? I've seen people they're waiting in the water, and you can throw some meat in there, and they're on it straight away, man. They're
Mm.
so fast. You know, in bed.
The crafty buggers, I tell you that. The
See
crafty
you later.
buggers.
Don't fall into the camera.
What about that pile of custard, Kevy, Willy Whiff Whack,
Right, bub.
Buzzer and that, innit?
Oh my God, Nigel's here as well. Hello, Nigel. How you doing? Let's have a check. See it. Whoa. Okay, 8 people. A
Come on,
waffle.
people, subscribe and smash that like button for Pete. Come on.
Oh, cheers, man. Cheers, man. Yeah, yeah. If you want to do that, you
If you
can.
want to
I'm
see
not
me be a
forcing you to.
nuisance, smash that
But
like
if
button
you
and
want,
that, and I'll do something
if you
radical.
want. What's the time anyway? Ooh, 15,
Oh,
15 minutes until
I
Brucey.
could do with a quick brew. I might like to just sneak off for a minute
Yeah,
and make a brew.
yeah. I got enough people to work with here. I'll come work it.
Let's get some answers and that in comments and that. We want some questions, Pete.
Everybody
Come on,
else,
let them grill us and that. Let's
everybody
come
else
on.
wants to come
What's
on
on
and talk
everybody's
to
mind
me.
and that? What's on your minds? Let's see if we can get to the bottom on it, innit?
Marshmallows is on my mind randomly for some reason. You know, the big giant ones that you can get in them big puffy bags. It looks like you got loads, but really, because they're that big, you've only got like about a handful of them. But they're still nice. You get a few of them on a stick, man. Watch them all gooey down. Oh, yeah. I don't like them burnt and that. I like them so they just start cracking and go a bit golden brown. Take them off. If you leave them on a bit too long, man, you might as well not bother. I don't like them charred ones. Why the hell am I talking about marshmallows? Yeah, so is everybody anyway. Nige, did you manage to get that information off Dave? Because if not, I'll have to send it, so I'll have to send it to Dave again, so I don't know. You can tell I'm tired, can't you? Brew before Bruce, yeah. Oh, you better be quick, because we haven't got a lot of time left. I just want to take this moment right now to say thanks for everybody that's come on for attending this stream. Thank you very much. You can tell I'm tired, can't you? I'll get halfway through this brew stream and I'll be like this. Guarantee you. So nobody else wants to come. 9? Who's the other people? Watch Woman of the Dragon. Hi, how are you? I really like these guys and girls. I really like these. They're like some of the people I least expect to come on, come on. I really like that. Thank you. I don't expect Nige to come on because you know I'm not. I don't see myself as that interesting really. Dave as well. Margaret, I didn't expect to ever see her come on. I've seen a
Here's Johnny.
lot of important discussions, well, not heated, but a lot in-depth discussions and stuff.
Cheers, everyone. Yes. Yeah.
What you on tonight then, Joel?
Yes, well, you see,
You on the
just joined
council
the party. We're just having a little tipple. Yes, we'll discuss these matters. At the moment, you'll have to speak to the government spokesman. Yes, yeah.
Stop
Jacob
drinking the
Rees-Mogg,
cider.
mate.
Go on the hard stuff.
Oh, yes, well, Kerry, Willie Whiff-Whack. Spitting image, mate. I've been watching too much of that, haven't I? Been a nippy and I got stoned. On plant fertilizer. I want my coffee anyway. It's all messed in.
Yeah. Working and listening.
A little splash of whiskey in it and all, isn't it? You know what I mean? A little tipple. Keeps me going. Bloody hate me, man. First day and that, after you've had a workout and that, I had a little rag about with kite on beach and that, like, dragged me about a bit. Loosen the old bones up. And second day, I'm aching now, like, my bloody shoulders and my neck, it's torn me to pieces, mate.
I'm going to pop the link in there again, man, but I don't see much point in it, to be fair, because it's only like about...
I'm getting ready because I want it. It's coming. The surf's coming. There's a big tide and that coming soon.
Yeah.
And if it comes on, hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be a southeast wind and that, and hoping 20 to 30 mile an hour. That'd be good. Wind speed, pretty strong. 10-foot waivers. Pretty good. Just make sure I need to do a doggy paddle if it goes wrong, innit?
Yeah, I
don't wear the buoyant. I know it's stupid, but I don't wear the life jacket,
You should do, mate. You should, man.
Gets in the way. I usually leave it in boat in my kayak. That's what on my kayak and that. It's got like a boat compartment, and I put my life jacket in there. And then if I sink, I'll get it out and I'll put it on after. Because I've got my snorkel this year as well.
I had some bad experiences with snorkel. Don't know how to use them.
I'm crackers, mate. Honestly, I'm crackers. I'll get some videos of me doing some crazy shit on kite this year, isn't it? I'm like a kid that's, you know what I mean? I'm 48 years old as well. Should be slowing down. But it's like you get daster as you get older. I go to, if I break down, and car and that's my secondary wheels and that. And say that. It's my longboard and that. I nipped at the shop on it.
There's tornadoes everywhere. My worst nightmare.
Yeah, is it? Have you seen that? I think Wales. Is it Wales that's been ripped up or something with a bloody storm or something?
Did I ever tell you I used to dream about tornadoes all the time? And like every time I tried to get away from them, I'd go in slow motion and you can't get away
about
from
that. I can't go away from
running in like really dense air or whatever. You can't get away from them. Well, I didn't have one for years, man. I had one a few weeks ago. I had my first tornado dream in like years. It was a big, massive one. And you know what's strange as well? My old family home.
Is it that repetitive dream that you're on about?
I always get dragged a lot of times, no matter what I'm dreaming about, I always get dragged back to my family home. A lot of my dreams that I have now are based in.
You think it's maybe how they say your dreams like mean something or something. You know, when you just said that, you get dragged back to where your home or something. Where
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
is it like something saying it's taking you back? You've got to go back to see something from where
Yeah.
you maybe you grew up from, or
Well, the thing is
is
as
there
well,
something?
I'll tell you the reason why we left the house, right? My mum and dad, as far as I was aware, they were okay, and we was like a tight family as far as I knew, right? But things behind the scenes weren't what was reflected at me and my brother. So like then my mum started going out and some business and my dad didn't like the idea of what was going on. So
Yeah,
he
when they were
decided
left at home and that, and
he decided to leave basically. And and as a result of that, we was living with our mum for a bit, and then I'd like got to about 18 then, and being the oldest in the guy in the family, she said you need to step up and get a job so you can pay
yeah,
your way in
spread
the
your
house.
wings and that, and it get a job
So
and
I'd done that, and then after a bit, she said I can't live in the house anymore, and I said why not? And she said too many memories in here, and she says I just need to do my own thing. And me and my brother were rebelling, more me than my brother. But we were rebelling. We was like, no, we don't. We want to
what
stay.
did you and your brother rebel against each other, like,
No, we was just fucking saying
or
no.
rebelling against your mum and dad,
You
or
you can go if you want to go, mum. But me and my brother are staying here because we've
yeah,
lived
yeah,
all
I
our
get you, I
lives. You
get
know
you,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
And then she turned around and she said, "You can't stay there. The council won't allow you to stay there. You ain't got enough points between you to stay there." So because I didn't know where I stood properly, because I didn't know all these point systems and that, I was
yeah,
like
yeah.
18 and didn't understand all that business, right? It was all new to me. So I just believed what my mum said and ended up moving into a flat with my brother.
What
And
I'm picking up is what is when you said that
well, I was going to say, like,
this tornado was taking you back
going
to. It's like
going all through that, I was always like looking at the house thinking I'm gonna come back for you. I'm gonna come back for you one day.
yeah,
I'm gonna get some money and
what
I'm
I'm
gonna come
picking
back
up
for
on
you.
Pete and that. Maybe I'm crazy in that, but I'm feeling and what I'm picking up and what you're saying with that, I feel like first, it's taking you back in it to that what you just said and that there's some like unsettled, like you said, there was that rebel and that that disagreement, and if you'd have known or understood, maybe you know you, your heart's there in it, sort of thing. You've got it's like taking your heart back to where it is, sort of thing.
Yeah.
You've got a connection with it, and that's what I'm picking up on.
I had a dream. I can't remember how long ago.
I had a crazy
It
dream a
was
bit
it,
back
it
then.
was within like the 5 year sort of period, but somewhere in there in like the last 5 years, I had a dream. It's going some years back now. I had this dream, and it was one of the vividest dreams I ever had. And I was looking out my old bedroom window in that house again. I was looking out my bedroom window, and it
It
was a
keeps taking you back to this house, innit?
blue
Was it a
sky.
three
With
bedroom?
a, yeah, blue. My
Yeah.
brother was the front bedroom. I was the back, and then my
Little
mum was the
bedroom
front
at front,
bedroom.
and then a bigger one.
My
The
mum's
jump door in the
my,
middle, where
my
you come up
mine
the
and my mum and dad.
staircase with.
Mine and my mum and dad's room were the two back bedrooms. The
What
master
door in the
bedroom
middle
and
and
the main one.
staircase went up, and you had room at one side or something
Yeah,
like
like you
that.
go through the front door, and then when you go through the front door, you've got like a little hallway, and your stairs is to your immediate right that go up like that, and then you got like a little bit of a little bit of
A
a
landing
landing,
thing.
and then just to your like 10 o'clock, there's two more stairs, and then you go up a little bit more of a landing, and
Yeah,
you're up
yeah.
there.
Like goes
There's
up and up again a bit.
three doors, the three bedroom doors are there, like
And what were bathroom and a big bedroom up back, and then little bedroom and other bedroom up front, something like that.
Yeah. But sometimes as well, when I'm having dreams and it takes me back to that
I
house,
could picture it in my head a bit.
certain certain parts of the house will merge into something else or somewhere else that I know. So I'll be able to turn around in my dream and see half my house, and then at some point it's like they've ripped the house in half, and something else has been somewhere else has been sewn onto it, and I don't recognise it, or I will recognise it, but it don't make sense why I'm seeing that there and I'm seeing this scene here, and it just seems to merge. That has happened a few times as well where I'm like, and it really messes with your head, even in the dream.
Oh,
It's
it's
like,
like
what the
something to
hell?
do with maybe
You
a
know what I
change
mean?
or something in it that you're not,
Yeah. This
an
vivid dream, like,
uncertainty of what change may be. Or, I don't
before I
know.
go, because like Bruce is like literally going to come on in the next few minutes. I just looked
We'll have
out
to
my window,
discuss this another time, and
and
that I like this.
you can see the clouds. There's a few white clouds everywhere in the sky, and you can see them moving slowly. And then all of a sudden, all of the fucking sky goes the opposite way, really
Yeah,
fast.
like as if
Like,
it was and sucks
yeah,
back,
like as if the world was
and
spinning
like
really fast.
like as if like
Goes the
as
opposite
if
way.
it's
I'll
speeding
never
back.
forget.
You're like looking at it, rewinding or something. Is it
Yeah.
like that?
No, well, you just see the sky start going really fast the opposite way, and because it started speeding up, I woke up out of it. I woke up out of the
Did you
dream.
get like a sinking feeling as if you were falling or something
I
like
don't
that?
remember anything like that. I just
Or is
remember
it
seeing
like
the
you've been
sky.
sucked up or sucked up away or something like that?
I don't remember any of that. I just all I
No, like
remember was
like when
seeing.
you wake up out of it, you like get that you
Oh yeah,
feel like
yeah. I shot up
and it
out my
feels
bed.
like you're falling or something like that. You jump out your dreams. You
Oh
get
yeah,
that kind of
it made
feeling
me
or
jump.
something.
Yeah, it made me jump. It really made me
Like as
jump.
if you were getting sucked up or you were falling or and it snaps you out
I
your
just,
dream and you go,
I just remember sitting up and going, "Oh bloody hell, it was just a dream," and then trying to forget about it, and then
yeah, but
after
they feel
realizing
they
I'm
real,
awake,
don't they? If you know
just
what I mean.
reflecting on what I've
Just
seen.
quick in the night, and that I had a crazy dream, right? And local church and that, Reverend Rich is the sound guy and that. And we go down and that and help out and things. He does things on Thursday. And I've been writing a story and that and doing pictures to it with water paints and that. Because they like as a story time and that, they have something to eat and that. It's like a Thursday night. It helps people and that, for kids and they have game nights and things. They tells a story and that. And it's man, I had this crazy dream. I'm not like a massive religious person and that, but I do believe in, you know what I mean? I'll go to church and I pay my respects and things. I do believe in God and Jesus and things like that. But I'm not a fanatic at all. I just believe in what I believe. And if I see it, I believe it, you know what I mean? But I had this dream and I thought it did me head in all day and I thought, like you said, it's like a great vivid, as if you've almost watched a video on telly or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I thought, what's it mean? What's it mean? Why is it so? Because it was like plaguing me and that. And I thought about it. And it was mad. And what I thought about, right? It was this pond. It'd normally be like an oasis, beautiful, all luscious grass and that, and fish
Yeah,
in it, and
clear
flowers and
water.
lilies, but an oasis and that. Anyway, I was in this dream. I'm not claiming I'm Jesus at all, I don't like that, but it's like how I met the story,
I believe that as well, Nige.
and to Richard, because he's like, oh, like can I use this story? And like, it sounds good because like Harry explains, it's not like overpowering, and that makes it fun and that. And I says, with me, what? And I looked at this pond and I thought, God, it's disgusting and that. Got slime in it and rusty barrels with oil pouring out and they're all dead and dying and that, it's my worst nightmare. Because, normally I'd walk past and I'd get a drink there and that and have a look at that, admire it and get a drink. It was disgusting. And then this fish come up to me, right? Well, he come up to Jesus and that. And he says to Jesus, he says, can you help me? So Jesus says, he says, I'll do my best. So he picked him up and he
Everyone's
found this
confident.
last bit of puddle thing and he put fish in puddle, right? And then he says, right, I'm going to have to walk into it and I'm going to clean it all up. And he cleaned it all up and he filled it all back up clean and that. And he put fish in and that. And fish talked to us, says, thank you, Jesus. And that, and that, man. And I thought, so what's it mean? You know what it meant, right? What problem I'm going through with council and things and that, with black mold and things in water and that, now it's contaminated. And I thought, that's what it's saying. I've got a clean pond up on her. to make his health better because his fish is dying because it's mucky and contaminated. So we've got to do something about it to help this fish and
When I
that.
when I when I was younger, living in that house, I remember having an awful lot of dreams about evil spirits and
Wait until you
demons
see what's under the
and
microscope, what's
ghosts
in
and
water,
all
mate.
sorts
That's
of
scared
stuff.
to death.
I had a dream. I had a dream when I was sleeping with my brother. We must have been about like 10 years old. We had bunk beds in there in the same bedroom,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I remember having a dream that there was these like soldiers. There was these soldiers, and they were hiding on ladders that were leading up to our window,
Like
and
as if they were going to burst in and that.
they were slowly climbing up the ladder and they were going to come in and get us. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a dream like that. I had a dream that there was a, I remember having a dream when I was little that a random hand that had no body whatsoever was coming across the bottom of the doorway
Oh, what a
for some
hand.
reason. A hand, yeah, a hand with an arm,
Yeah,
with a
that's mad as
claw.
hell. You know where I last, Julie, right? She's always back. She used to have problems wetting bed and that, right? And she was this hand
I
and
used
that,
to wet
but
the bed as
shadowed
well.
out wall and that. She goes
Yeah,
on
yeah,
about it all the time. She used to have these dreams and nightmare about this hand and that. And she looked and see this hand and it was like come together and that, you know what I mean? It was
yeah.
freaking out and that. Because when I at Dad's house and
Dreams
that,
is
when we were
like
sleeping in bedrooms, I can see it now and that.
there'd be
Oh, that's
like
not
there'd be
what
like
it's for.
the kitchen table downstairs with all the chairs around it and a chair that was in my corner of my room. I'd always dream of dark demons that you couldn't properly see because they were like shadowed out and you couldn't see them properly hiding
Yeah, I
under
get.
things. And you'd know they're there, and then I'd like in my dream, I'd shout at them or growl at them to scare them, and then they would growl back even eviler and louder,
Yeah,
and then it would send all the hairs on the back of my neck and everything in my dream, all like scared and everything, and then I'd do it back, and then they'd scare me
crazy,
even
innit?
more.
I have my dreams
Yeah,
and that.
and like once one of them scared me that much that I remember floating in my dream because it scared me that much. I lifted off my feet and I started
I
floating
think
about.
that's when you're actually having, you know, what like out of body experiences or astral projection things or something.
I've even had
Is
dreams
it
about
like if
flying
you,
as
like
well.
that what you're saying? I mean, I don't know and that, but I've heard, you know, I think Stephen Mears and that. Um, I mentioned to him and that he does like I think he's on Gaia and Humane TV and that. You know, he's been on Ancient Aliens and he talks about paranormal stuff and things like that. And
Yeah,
these strange encounters where people, where people have experienced these things and they've like been paralyzed, but they've not been able to know about it. And like the dreams have been vivid, like you've said, like Pete, and it feels like they're drifting away or sucked away or something, and then you know by this like this demonic energy thing that like you know it's as if it's like it's playing with you, taunting with you, something like that. I don't know. I mean, I've not maybe experienced him. I've had
you know, like when you're in
some
town and you
strange
see
things and that, but not quite with demons. Like I've got some pictures I'll send you and that, and where we're living now and that. Maybe me and that I get a bit angry sometimes if I feel threatened and that. And there's some strange things happening, so I'll give him like a look, sling it up sort of thing. Um, upset him and that, whatever spiritual thing or whatever it was. And I last took some pictures and that, and on my back it looks like I've been scratched to death, like with a tiger or a cat or something, a dog or something.
that's not good.
And I couldn't have done it myself because there's no way I could reach around there with that. But I've been scratched with it, and that. If she's had encounters like that, she's been back and she's gone out and she's been scratched and you know weird things and that. We've had some strange experiences and that.
Oh,
Who knows? Who knows? Truth out there, isn't it? Just got to keep your eyes open, be observant, keep a notepad and pen, record it, time it, date it if you can film it.
No, I'm going to start seeing again now that I see every year since the pandemic. I'm going to start seeing them craft again going across.
Mm.
Every year around about May it starts, around about mid-May when the weather starts to warm up. Around about
Remember
10,
what I said about
10, 11 o'clock on
23rd of
night,
April, isn't it?
you look outside, you look up, and there it is.
Have you
A
told
ship,
anybody, Pete?
some kind of ship or whatever it is, glowing like a yellowy, orangey, golden
Orangey
colour.
one, yeah.
And it's shaped like a ray, but without a tail. It's got this weird shape. It goes like that, and then its wings come out like that,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
got
yeah.
these little bumps at the back, and then it goes in. It's like a weird like ship kind of thing,
Have you
and it
seen
just
them?
goes
Have
across,
you looked at
and
them
you can see
pictures
it
out what I
shimmering.
sent
You can
you
see
yet?
it shimmering. It'll go really like really small into like a ball, and then it will shimmer back out into its full shape. And it'll do that as it's going across. You'll see it shimmer out every now and again, then come back
Did you look at them
into
pictures
form.
out I sent you yet?
Yeah,
Well, you know, it's moon and it's like got a line through it a bit.
yeah, yeah. I've
If you
seen that
look,
one.
that's when I'm looking at it back door. This is how can I describe it. I'm looking at it back door and I'm looking south, more or less south, just through a kink to west. And picture neighbours' houses coming down like that, and then there's other one because like the semis, and they've, you know what I mean. They've got a drive between them, if you can imagine it. And then there's like trees in background and that's where cemetery is. There's a graveyard at the back of there, just across the road from there as well. 150 yards, 200 yards, if that. And moon were out there because our lads goes, oh, moon's out, because it was a bit cloudy and that. So I shot out to the back door and I just got my phone up and I just, like half a dozen pictures went, bum, 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 bum. You know what I mean? Just one after the other. When, you know, what would it take to take 6 pictures, one after the other, just going 3 seconds or something? And then first 3 that I sent you, right? There's 2 at moon, and then there's that other one, and it's like a bloody orange laser beam, innit? With like
Yeah,
a glow thing round it. But you can't see it moon, but moon were there. So and if you look, there's like an outer building outside where I want it back door and that, and you can see it all glowing up orange. But the thing is, I didn't see that when I took that picture. It was only when I looked back through them. I saw it. I sent to my dad and that, because one at night said I've never seen it. He's like 70 odd years old. I've never seen him run as fast in all the years. He's had one knee operation with robo knee and that, I call it. He's going in that. Like, you know, looking over to east, his ass on the street, went to the car and he went, fucking hell, you see that? I went, what? He went, that? What? He went, that bloody orange thing then. And he set off running down that thing. I went, where are you going? I set off after him. He went, well, where's it gone? I went, why? What did you see? He says, this orange orb thing. He says, he went like, oh. I went, well, welcome to UFO world. And that's your first, because he didn't believe it. I sent him that, what I've sent you. And I says to him, I goes, you know that orange thing that you're seeing in that? And I goes, did it look like that? He went, yeah, that's what I saw. I says, well, I got that other day. I went, well, that's what I saw. And he didn't believe in UFOs, but he does now. I'd love to take him up Flamber and that shit he said.
there's somewhere
I'm
that's
scared
supposed
to
to be
see me
like
dad like. I'm like, what's up here, landlubber?
there's somewhere that's supposed to be like a capital in the UK of UFO sightings, and I want to go there. I can't remember
There's a
where it's
few
called.
places. There's a few
I can't
places,
remember what it's
Pete, in
called,
that.
but it's got war in the name. There's war in the name. WAR in the.
Warwick.
It's not Warwick. It's
Uh,
something war or war something. But I remember it's got war
Wanty.
in the name. I don't know, but there's hills there or mountains or something. I think more than likely hills. It's supposed to be a
Yeah,
really
I know. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
war something or something war.
Wolseley, something like that. Wolseley
Yeah.
Hilton. Hilton Wolseley, something like that, is it?
Maybe.
Up Scotland.
I don't even know what area. I just remember watching
I think
the
it's
base.
Wolseley Hills or something like
I
that.
was watching the Basis project,
Wolseley
and
Hills.
they were talking about it.
I think it's Wolseley Hills that you're on about.
Possibly.
I could be wrong, but that being Wolseley Hills and that, it's where I'm not. Is it? They were a dude and they were taking some pictures back in 60s or 70s or something. With daughter on like hills and mountain things or whatever, islands sort of thing. And they got this dude with a white suit like a spaceman and everything that before on things and that.
What's that?
That ring a bell.
What's that?
Like when they took picture and that and developed it.
Warminster. Fuck. Thank you, Lloyd.
Warminster.
That's it. That resonates, man. Warminster, you've got it, mate.
Yeah,
Warminster.
Warminster.
That's the one. That's the one, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
Load of UFO
I
sightings
think
there,
there's
man.
3 bases
And
in
crop
the
circles
vicinity
as
of
well.
Warminster, isn't there, apparently?
What's that?
Three RAF bases or something like that, or military bases in
Yeah,
area
there's
like
one of them that's
perimeter.
supposed to have like they're supposed to be cloning out greys down there or something.
Yeah, near is it Rendleshire Forest and that
Yeah,
way?
yeah. There's that as well.
There's 3 like like in army and that. You know, like if we're setting a camp up or whatever, you know, like we've got to get dug in for at night. What we call it is a harbour. And basically what we do is we'll set a perimeter up, but in a triangle. Because it's easier in a triangle to cover an area where, like, say, if you've got people posted on 3 points, you've got more circumference to cover with fire, you know, if you're under attack or out. Whereas in a square or out like that, it's harder to defend. Whereas a triangle, it's easier, you know what I mean? Because 3 points that you cover and you've got a better arc. And that's how we work, and that's called an harbour. So everything's in a triangle. That's an harbour. So if you're in army and that or whatever, they say, right, well, you make an harbour and that, you have to build a perimeter in a triangle. And all your top brass middle and your white dig out and that, and then you've got your three points in that, your 2 points in that to cover on your arcs and that. So you can get like what? More than 180 degrees on each turn and that, you know what I mean? Like 260 degree or so on an arc and that. You cover it well. You know what I mean? Plus you can have them defend outsides and that. Get some 50s on that game. Put your gum shield in and that, don't rattle your teeth out then and that. Get some tent pegs and knock them in a tripod. That might not make the difference anyway. It rips them out of the fucking ground anyway. It just shoves you back. End up dragging it forward a bit again and that. Yeah, they've got some kick on them, right? It's better with it on tripod. Well, you won't be able to use it on tripod. It'll break your bloody shoulders. Man. It was ridiculous. It
I
weighs
don't
a
know
ton
what to do
anyway.
now. I don't know whether to pop on over to Bruce or stay on for a bit longer.
Let's have a nip over to Brooks if you fancy it after that. I'll be open that. We'll have a whiskey and that. I've got some of this. You know
Shall I
that
go?
taben? You
Shall
know
I
that
do that?
taben, mate? It's
Shall I go back on?
uranium.
Shall I go back on after
It's
Bruce?
uranium, that. It's uranium.
What's that?
You know that bloody cigarette butt thing? It's uranium that's in
Oh, it
it.
turned out to be uranium.
Yeah. I'm
Really?
sending it off. I'm going to send that into Gov that. I think this, listen, if that's, listen, mate, why would they give cigarettes away for free? 20 packs of cigarettes. They're from Hungary.
And long stories.
Google,
I want that near you.
where do they mine, or just Google, do they mine uranium in Hungary? And you'll find out that was the first place they did it. in a place called Perrier, something like that.
Perrier.
Yeah, Perrier,
Perrier.
something like that.
Perrier or
Well,
Perrier.
lass who's fetched it, she's just come out of hospital because she's had to have some major blood transfusions, whatever, and that. She's nearly died of sepsis and that. And she's fetched that cigarette and she went, "What do you think this is?" And that, "You're good at biology, aren't you?" And that, "Do you fancy putting it on a microscope?" And I was telling me tale about me doctors and like
You're crackling for some reason.
scratching head a bit still. I'm like, "Well, what's the blood test then?" That we don't know yet, you know what I mean?
Sounds
Got
like you
them
just
all.
poured yourself a bowl of Rice Krispies there, mate. What's going on there? Right,
So,
stop. Oh no, it's okay. He's come back. Don't know what's going on there.
what, have I disappeared?
No, you're crackling. You pop,
What,
snap,
snack, crackle,
crackle,
pop?
popping.
It's because I'm talking about something that I shouldn't be.
Is that what they do?
Uranium.
Yeah.
Ultra.
Yeah, it's getting
MK
worse.
Ultra.
It's
Charged
actually
with
getting worse.
uranium. MK Ultra. I'll have to make a song to it. You make a tune and I'll MC to it, Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
We'll
on
go
then.
on
Tell me
Radio
more
1
about.
and we'll be
So,
famous.
do me a go. Let's go back. Yeah, right. Where did you get these facts? The story with these facts. Then, where did you get them from?
She's been in hospital, right? And she's been getting these. She hasn't said who. I'll find out anyway. Because I said I'll ask her. Because she says, I've been getting these cigs for free. You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just like listening in and like, I says, do you mind if I keep this? She went, no, and that's why I fetched it because I know you understand things and that. And would you have a look? I went, yeah, I'll get it under the microscope now. And
Yeah.
I says, I'll make a coffee and I'll have a look. And I showed it and I bought it out and I thought, So I sent our last at shop, got a pack of fags and snap. Big on for that because she was, do you think there've been water on it? I says, well, they're stained and that. So she told me what we're resting back. And they're not water damaged because they'd be all stained, wouldn't they? You know, from tobacco and that or whatever. And, you know,
Barbara,
maybe
if you want to
like
go,
brand new.
I don't mind.
I says to her, I says, best thing you could do is just chuck them in
Totally
fucking
don't
bin
mind.
or burn them or something. I
I
says, but I
understand.
won't bother smoking them. I says, I find it a bit suspicious if they're getting you in the way because it's quite expensive and that for 20. No, they're like over a tenner, maybe 20 quid for a pack of 20 bloody fags, depending on what they are. I just like a cigar and a whiskey, me now and again, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't smoke that crap. But in a way, it's like, it's ironic, in it, that it's like, you know, it's a million in one chance that somebody, how can I put it? It's accidentally, she's been sorting kidney out and accidentally brought a cig. And she's been smoking them for a while and before she was in hospital and all that, she's nearly died. And then she's come back out of hospital because she's got to go back in a week or something. And she's been sorting kid out and broke her cigs and that, and it snapped it. And she's looked at it and thought, oh, that looks a bit funny. So they've come round to see me and that. You know what I mean? She says, I just thought of you, like, because you're good with biology and that. And I thought it was a bit strange. I'm like, well, I'm glad I can keep it. You know what I mean? I says, I'll put it. She went, well, that's what I wanted to do. So I'm going to send it off anyway to a proper lab and have it tested and analysed and that. But from what I can see under my microscope on power list and that, I'm at about 150 magnification and that. It looks like uranium to me and that. And I've had a look on pictures and that, and it was pretty. And it's like lazy because you can hear, look. I'll just show it to whoever's watching and that. Hey, that.
There's only 3 people here. I don't even know who they are.
That's what I pulled out,
I'm gonna
Pete,
guess the
innit?
3 people are probably Nige,
That, right, come
Julie,
out of that,
and
and it's
maybe
still got
Dave. I
filter
don't.
bit in end. I don't like really. It's like doused in little black particles. And
Mate, my
I'm gonna get
ex-girlfriend
it
used
sent
to
off.
smoke fake fags that she was getting cheap, And when she used to light them, black smoke used to come out, and I was like, "How can you smoke them cheap ass fags when there's black smoke coming out of them? You know that can't be good when there's black smoke coming out of
Well,
them
it
and you're
ain't good, is
smoking
it?
them hot.
You may as
And
well
they
stick your fucking
stunk
head
as
round a
well.
fucking diesel pipe or
Oh,
exhaust pipe or something. You know what I mean?
there's all black and blue smoke coming out of them, so you know they were fucked up.
Well, I only smoke when I'm on fire,
They
usually.
smell different as well.
I like one of these, me. You know, old habits and that. I'm like, with a mouth cigar. Bow, 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 bow. So when it's shit, it's fun, innit? That advert where they used to fucking try and get picture took with fucking hair and that baldy man and fucking chair collapse and that. And then you
What?
sit up a smoke come up and that. Hamlet of a mouth cigar.
No, do you know what? I've been meaning to get an infrared camera for quite a while now. For like since I knew knew of Bruce's channel, I've been trying to get an infrared. You know what? I want. Because he
Can't get
keeps saying,
a
when he
filter
asked
thing
me a
or
lot
something
of
of it.
times, I've asked him about infrared cameras, and he's gone through all the different grades of infrared camera, and he
Yeah,
said,
but
but
can't you get a
there's
thing to
different
adapt like a
ones for
filter
different
thing or
things that
something to
you're
adapt?
looking for, and that I want one that's like really high quality, that like. You know, like you get low grade ones, and it's like, oh, you can't quite see too well in. I want one that's going to be crisp, but the biggest screen, the biggest like area that you can
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
So I want that Christmas, but and I'm willing to pay the money
High
for it as
quality,
well.
innit? High
Yeah,
quality,
but
that's what
also
you want.
Bruce recommends getting rechargeable batteries. He says because they sap the crap out your batteries and they don't last that
Light
long.
bulb.
So yeah,
Light speed.
get two like sets of batteries so you got some in the charger, some ready to go, and do your change like with the
Yeah, man.
camera. I've got two batteries. I've got a charger for it and the charger wire.
Can't
So
you
when I
buy like an adapter thing or something for your camera that's got like infrared thing or something? You know, like
well, that's
a
another thing.
lens thing
What
or whatever they are or something.
is
I don't
being
know
as
much about cameras to be
being
honest
as
with
you
you.
mentioned that you can get it upgraded to infrared, and I've been meaning to do it because I wanted to send my camera away anyway to get it fixed because stupid Pete here, I went and fucking filmed the sun while it was rising, and I
And you
think I done some
fried it.
damage. I think I fried the
I could
sensor
have done
a
that.
tiny bit, a tiny. Do you know
That's
what?
something I'd do
You
that,
know,
Pete. I
One
just chuck
minute,
the
one
things
minute
on
I'm
it like
filming the moon, and I'm not gonna lie, really. To be fair, yeah, it is still you can still see the moon quite good on a nice night, yeah. But 1 minute I'm filming during the day, and I'm getting 4K crispness. You look at my videos now in certain areas, and you'll blatantly see the bobbliness, like it's some old tape Sony, and I'll
yeah.
be like, that's got to have been because I filmed the sun rising, zoomed fully in, man,
That'll
and
be to gamma
I
rays
even
and things
remember
that
the day that
probably.
I did it. I could hear
Ionized
the fucking
atoms and
lens
that, innit?
clucking.
Gammas and that. And gamma and beta and ultra waves and all that kind of shit, innit?
Yeah.
It's so sensitive, you know, cameras and that. They're amazing.
Yeah.
And that.
It's all right when you got it zoomed out and there's a bit of cloud. You can get
I know
away
it's
with
Brucey
that.
baby on
When the
there.
sun comes out fully and you're zooming in on that thing, you got to expect something like that. Of course, me, I didn't realise that at the time. It was too late after that. At least it ain't
You
completely
want to
dark.
watch it, you know, when you're supposed to have filter things on, aren't you, when you film it bloody sun and that.
Yeah, I've got a filter now.
I don't know if it's true or
See,
not, but I've heard
before that
some
camera,
people
I
like
was
put
just
like a bit of like
my phone,
crepe
weren't I?
paper,
So,
you know, like that. Do you remember at school and that, like that crepe, not crepe, like, how can I describe it? It's really wafer thin paper, different colours and that, you can see through it and that. You remember that? I know some people put that over and that's built to the lens and that, oh, that works or what, I don't know.
tracing paper, toilet paper.
Yeah, like that. Not tracing paper. How can I say it? You'd make things out of it or something like at school or something. It's very thin. Like you have crepe paper, like
in
crinkly,
school that used to shred your ass.
and like a transparency paper thing and that, and you get different colours and just put it out, make things like that. You can make like stained glass windows out in it or something like that. I think I've heard people put that over to shield it or something like that.
What is
The
the
different
cheapest?
colours,
I'm up
isn't there?
missed something there. If you want to see the sky, what's there? You need an old Sony H8 infrared camcorder,
Oh,
right?
an old Sony HA camcorder thing, yeah. But with videotape thing or something like
What's he saying? If you want to see what's there. Yeah, but Nige, what's the quality? What's the quality? I wanna see good, man. I wanna see good. There's these monoculars that you can get as well. What's that camera that I seen a video years ago, like about 4 or 5 years ago, and there's this I think he's in France, could be wrong, and he's looking out his window to the sea, out to the coast, yeah.
that.
And he can switch his camera from normal vision to infrared. He goes clunk, clunk, clunk. And when he clunks it into infrared, you can see there's either like a cluster of UFOs off in far off in the distance over by the
Yeah, yeah.
mountains, or it's just one big fucking ship, and then he clunks it back to normal view, nothing there,
You can't
clunks
see
it
it,
back
yeah.
infrared, and then you can see him again. I was like, whatever he's got, I want it. I want that.
Well, this
I
camera
want
on
to
this and that, I've not worked out full potential on it yet, but it's got night vision, infrared, fucking 3D, fucking you'll name it, whatever, all lot on it, innit? 360, fucking everything. It's a great camera, mate. It's a great phone.
um
I'm well buzzing with it.
Joel, do you want? Should we head on over to Bruce and
I've
watch
got
Bruce?
Bruce on now, yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah,
knock
yeah,
another
pop
brew
on,
up.
right.
I'm gonna go to the toilet.
For those of you that are still here that want to pop on over to Bruce, which I dare say there ain't
Yeah,
nobody, they've probably
let's
already
give
gone over
Bruce
there.
some support, innit?
Yeah, but for those of
Moon
you like
Master.
Dave and whoever else that probably not going to go over to Bruce because I don't. Yeah, I am going to come back on later if you fancy it.
Give us a
Um,
shout and that if you are.
yeah, I am
Want to
gonna
hear
come back,
some.
but we're talking like gone 3 o'clock.
Yeah, it's weekend though,
So,
isn't it?
yeah,
Kids are
yeah.
back up for school now after a week. Easter Bunny's coming, innit? It's April Fools.
So if you're up for that, Nige, if you're
It's
still
April
there,
Fools now, innit? 1st of April.
you know, and we'll talk about all sorts.
Yeah.
I'll make a few
It'd be
notes
nice
as
to
well.
hear what other people's stories are and
Oh
that,
yeah,
and
yeah.
or if any
Oh,
questions about. Oh,
like,
I've got.
like Nige as well now. Yeah, I've just started researching this sun simulator stuff now and all what he's getting into and that. Yeah, really interesting stuff.
Heliosciologist.
It makes a lot of sense though, because the stuff that I'm starting to see now and how the sun's supposed to be recorded in certain areas and it's not where it's supposed to be anymore. It's setting in
Not
different
because we've
areas.
changed. We'll talk about this later, right? Because I've
Yeah,
got. This is one of the things I've been dying to talk about with Sun and that. Space, weather, Earth. Also, I'm going to throw some at you all and that, see what you think and that. I'd like see other people's ideas and theories, but I've got a good one for you. I've got my little diagrams here and that. I'll have a doodle and that while we have a listen to Brucey Baby.
I've got an
And
acetate.
then gives a link in that if we're going back on and that, and we'll so we talk about Sun and that. Yeah, like Bruce says, I know he's Moon Master and that, but nobody seems to talk about Sun that much as well, because that's just as important, isn't it? Because we're
Yeah,
all part of a system, isn't it? A solar system. Maybe Dark Fleet, the Guardians of the Galaxy, a new empire. A galactic empire.
is Julie trying to say she's watching in the? Oh, okay. my eyes. I thought, you know what I thought she said? I thought she said, I'm still watching in bath, cat shoot up. Oh, I wish I had a TV in the bathroom.
Bit dodgy though if it drops off in
was
it. Water and electric don't. Well, it does. It does mix and it don't because it conducts it, doesn't it? You know what I mean? With water running down. I was like, you like that?
I had a
Done your hair
sticker.
at the same time. Look, you look gorgeous.
That face that you just pulled, man. It was a base sticker. And, oh, man. I wonder what happened to that sticker.
What you doing? Not that way there. Look. Do you think I look nice? Yeah, let go. You're stunning. Yeah, this is a whiskey me old cup.
All right,
Hey,
nice.
SpongeBob.
Let's go over to Bruce then, man.
Yeah,
Let's go over to Bruce. If Nigel and that are going to be up and want to come on later, that's great. But, you know, it's probably just going to be me and you, Joel, to be honest. Later
yeah,
on.
well,
And I don't blame people.
The drunken sailor, what shall we do in the drunken sailor? Ooh, up she rises there. It's not, mate. It's what I have to do. It's bad. Weekend, it's the weekend. I haven't had my bloody cigar yet, anyway. I'll have a cigar and a whiskey.
Oh, I miss them days, man.
I've been saving this.
Sometimes I wish
saving
I
this
could
all
still
week.
smoke, man.
I've only got one left. Everybody keeps pinching them and that. It's like, where's them fuckers gone? Can't have out me. Could I have a scotch, please? Hey, guess what? Quasimodo, right? You know, once back, Quasimodo. He goes into the bar in town of a day, right? It's a church with bell just right corner. And it's just at the bar and he says, can I have a scotch, please? He says, bell's all right. He says, mind your own fucking business. And then they were walking down the road and that, and there were all kids chasing him and that, and he went like that. He says, fuck off, I ain't got you, ball.
That's what I used to do, though, man. Stick it round the back. Oh, mate.
Yeah, I'm gonna disappear and that. I'm gonna make it. I need to go to the toilet. I've got Brucey baby on here.
Well, I'll see you later.
We'll torment Bruce for a bit, and then we'll catch up in a bit, eh? And then see if he wants to torment us for a bit. Traitor. Where's my bloody scotch anyway? Hang on, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Hang on.
I've done it again, and mate. I've done it again.
Right, well, I'll catch up with you in a bit, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, I'll see you in a bit.
Let's torment Bruce for a bit, and then he can come and torment us if he wants.
See you later, everyone.
Right. Take care, everyone, yeah?
To that.
Eyes open, be safe. Truth's out there.